Some of these has got to go. Greetings, y'all. Welcome to another video. Today, as you may probably already know, I'm purging some vinyl. So maybe about a year ago, I did a pretty big purge of my CD collection. Some of this has got to go. I don't have a ton of vinyl like most of you all out there do, but I was putting away some vinyl I picked up recently, and as I was kind of going through some of these titles, you know, there were a few of them that were jumping out at me that I was like, do I really need that? And I started pulling some to make some room and just pulling titles that I just didn't really feel like I needed to hold on to the vinyl anymore. Unlike my CD collection, those titles that I purged out of that were a lot of things that I bought for like one song and I didn't like the rest of the album, or they were, you know, CDs that I just hadn't listened to in ages, you know, decades in some cases. In this case, though, all of this stuff that I'm purging, I have on CD. So I had the vinyl and the CD, and I kind of was just like, I don't really need both formats. And if I'm gonna keep one of them, I'd prefer to keep the CD. So I'm getting rid of the vinyl. I'm shipping all this stuff off to my good buddy, Memphis Mike, down in Tennessee. He's got a massive vinyl collection, and I'm sending this stuff his way. I think some of it's stuff that he might be interested in, some maybe not. His tastes are kind of across the board. So, you know, but I basically told him, hey, you know, take all the stuff. If there's anything you don't want here, just get rid of it, pass it on to somebody else, or, you know, give it to Goodwill or whatever. So that's what we're doing here today. So I'm just going to kind of whiz through these titles and just show you the stuff that I'm getting rid of. These first couple, I'm not going to go too deep into all this stuff, but I figured I would just mention maybe a little bit about where I got them or whatever. These first couple here I picked up at this, there was a great record store down in Norfolk, Virginia, called The Groove Shop. And early on when I first started doing these videos, I was concentrating on my vinyl. I talked about The Groove Shop a whole lot, and they've since closed. They closed years ago. But I used to love that shop. When I was working down there, I'd stop in there pretty regularly and got to know some of the people who worked there, and was sad to see that place go. But these titles I all picked up there. That shop was, all they sold was vinyl. They didn't sell CDs or tapes or anything like that. But first up, we've got the Vinyls and Desperate. Really good record. When I picked this up, I really didn't know much about the Divinyls. I knew them. I knew one or two songs by them, but wasn't that familiar with them. And they were really cheap there. I think I got these for like $4 or $5. So I just decided to give it a shot on them. And I liked them so much that I decided to pick up the CDs. And that's why I'm getting rid of these now. And the other Divinyls one that I picked up there, What a Life. Another really good one. This has Pleasure and Pain on it. If you're that's a song you may be familiar with them. I mean, everybody knows I Touch Myself, but pre that, Pleasure and Pain seems to be the song that most people would maybe know from the Divinyls. So those two, and another one I got at the Groove Shop, Gene Loves Jezebel, Immigrant. Again, this was one that I don't think I knew. Did I know any of the songs on here? I don't think I did. I knew the band. I knew a couple of songs. I didn't know this album or any of the songs on it. Hey, and they named the song after me, and I'm getting rid of it. But again, I like this. Grabbed the CD, so I have that. But another pretty good record I picked up there at the Groove Shop, Gene Loves Jezebel. And let's see, this is one I just picked up pretty recently. I have this on CD and vinyl. But I picked this up at Monster Music down in South Carolina. I thought my buddy Wiegert would be interested in this, and I just kind of picked it up thinking that he would want it, but it turns out he already has it, so I'm going to pass it off to Memphis Mike. This is the Saturday Night Live album that they put out after the original cast, the first season. So it's got Chevy on there and everything, and it's cool. I mean, if you're a fan of this show and the history of it, it's, you know, it's a cool little kind of a snapshot of back then. I mean, this cast, that show when it first started just turned into this like, I mean, I think a lot of times back then the people referred to this cast as like the Beatles of comedy because they had become so popular and they just seemed like the coolest people in the world, but great cast. I love Saturday Night Live. I love this cast. And, like I said, I have this on vinyl and CD. This is one that and I'm saying I keep in both of those, mostly out of collecting purposes, but this is something I already have and I'm just going to pass on because Wiegert already has it. That damn Wiegert. What else do we got here? This is one I picked up in Massachusetts at a store called Blast from the Past. Went in there and got this Nick Lowe, Labor of Lust. Good record. This has Cruel to Be Kind on it. Everybody's familiar with. And again, I have this on CD now, so passing on the vinyl. Don't really need to hold on to both of them. Nick Lowe, Labor of Lust. And what else do we have here? This I got from a friend. This is Hot Tuna and their album Hopkorv. I don't know. Hopkorv. I should know how to pronounce it. I'm kind of working on a project. We're kind of on and off. We've been working on this project, trying to kind of get it going with Bob Steeler, who used to play drums for Hot Tuna. He's on this album. There he is on the back there. So, again, I have this on CD. I don't really feel like I need the vinyl. So I'm going to pass this on to Memphis Mike. And here's another one I just picked up at Monster Music. Kind of a blind buy. Didn't know this band. Didn't know anything about this band. After I bought it, realized that this kind of predated the Eurythmics with Dave Stewart and Annie Lennox in this band. This is the Taurus and their album Luminous Basement. I just bought this because the cover kind of looked interesting. I think I knew that it was sort of like new wave or post-punk or something like that, and just took a gamble on it. I think I got it really cheap, maybe $2 or something like that. That's why I took a gamble on it. And it's okay, but it's not something that that I really feel like I would ever really listen to again. This is one I don't also have on CD. This one I'm just passing on because it just didn't really grab me. It's okay. It's not bad. There's one or two songs that are okay, but it's just something I didn't really feel like I needed to hold on to. And this is kind of an odd one. I got this for free. I bought something. There used to be a great record store down in Asbury Park called Holdfast Records, and they closed up a few years ago. The guy still sells. He still goes to record shows, and he still sells online, obviously. But I'm sad that shop's gone because I used to love going in there. He always had really good selection of stuff and good prices, and he had an awesome amount of like reggae stuff because this guy, he like goes down to Jamaica to buy records to bring back to sell. So he's got all these friends down there, and he goes into the suburbs there and goes to these record shops and buys up records all the time when he goes down to Jamaica and comes back. So he had this awesome, if you were looking for something, a reggae or something like that, chances are he'd have it. But I bought something from there at one time, and when I got home, I didn't even realize this, but when I got home and opened the bag, he had thrown this in. I guess maybe it was just like they had a bunch of them and they were just giving them away for free. But this is Mad Mordecai, who actually is Hilly Crystal, who some of you may know was the owner of CBGB's in New York City. And this is just some recording he did. This song Barnyard Breakdown, and Mud is the name of this like single, 12-inch, Barnyard Breakdown, a radio mix, Barnyard Breakdown. So I guess it's Mud, an extended version on side A, a radio mix, and then a Barnyard Breakdown, whatever that is. I'm pretty sure I listened to this once, and it was nothing really, anything special. I'm sure Memphis Mike, I'm actually surprised I still have this and hadn't given it to Memphis Mike already, because it seems like something he would love. So finally passing that off to him. This is one that I picked up at East West Record Store in Orlando, Florida. And, you know, this video is going to air a little bit later, but I just found out this week that they are closing their doors. They've been around for a long, long time, and they've decided to call it a day, which is a bummer. It's a really good shop. Found a lot of stuff there that I liked, including this one, Human Sexual Response. Really good, kind of like Boston kind of post-punk new wave band. I bought this album there at East West, and I really dug it, so I went out and bought the CD. A lot of times I do that because I want those songs on like my phone so I can listen to them when I'm driving on road trips, or even just walking around for exercise. So, you know, I want, like, every time I buy a vinyl, I like that album, I want something. I mean, you can buy digital tracks, but I like the physical media. So I bought the CD of this, and once I bought the CD, I kind of felt like I don't need to hold on to the record anymore. So off it goes to Tennessee and the Memphis Mike archives. But cool band. And then I forgot about this one. This was another one I picked up at the Groove Shop in Norfolk, Public Image Limited. This is what you want. This is what you get. You know, I like Public Image, but they're a band that I kind of like more. I like a best of is cool for me, and I have a really good best of collection by them. So this one will go off to the aforementioned Memphis Mike. And here's another one. I picked this up at a record store in St. George, Utah. Rockhouse Records, cool shop. I don't know if anything's changed, but when I went there again, it was vinyl only store. Maybe they had cassettes, no CDs or anything. But I picked this one up there on vinyl. This is the Weirdos Best of Collection, Weird World 77 to 81. SoCal punk band. Really good. I like this band quite a bit. And again, similar to some other ones I've talked about before, I bought this in the store, and then after I got it, I found the CD really cheap. I think like $5. So I bought the CD, and I had both, and just didn't really feel like I needed both. So, you know, off this goes. Cool record though, great band. This is one I picked up just very recently, really cheap. This is, I got at Decatur CD in Decatur, Georgia. This is Robin Lane and the Chartbusters, their live EP, 5 Live. Picked this up because it was really cheap. I have all the other Robin Lane stuff on vinyl, and I've got them on CD. I've got this box set that I bought, not box set, but like a 3 CD set. And I got it for like $5, and it has like everything that all their output. So it's got all their 2 albums. It's got this. It's got an album that wasn't released, some other unreleased stuff. And I think I forgot that this live album was on that CD, because if I knew that, I maybe wouldn't have picked up the vinyl. I don't know that I really needed their live EP on vinyl, but I didn't think that was on my set that I have. So I grabbed this, and it's good. You know, it's a really good, cool snapshot of this band in the early 80s. They were a Boston kind of punk new wave band. And it's really good, but again, I have it on the CD set, and just, I don't know, I just don't really need to hold on to this. And finally, this is an album I really talked up pretty recently. I got it for free. It was just in a package when I ordered this other album. This was in the package as well, and I had no idea what it was or anything, and surprised me. And I finally got home and was able to listen to it, and I liked it so much that I went out and picked up the CD. And again, just don't know that I need to hold on to both of them. I have the CD. If I'm going to listen to it, that's what I'm going to listen to. It's on my phone now. I can listen to it there. But this is the Crazy Squeeze and Savior of the Streets. Really good Los Angeles punk band. Later day, I think this is from the 2000s maybe, or something like that. But really good. This if you like the Ramones, that kind of pop punk sort of sound, short catchy songs, then you'd probably dig this. But I really like it, and like I said, I'm pretty sure Mike is gonna dig this, so I'm glad that I'm gonna pass this on to him. So those are all the vinyl that I'm purging. That's it. Again, I don't have a ton. Some of you are out there are like, that's all you got and you're purging? What are you, crazy? But, I needed some space. And again, it just, it just didn't really seem like I needed to hold on to these, But, let me know if you think I'm bananas for getting rid of these. That's fine. It's all cool. You can let me know. But thanks for tuning in, and see you another time.